Howdy, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. All right, so today I would love to show you and talk about this super cool piece of gear that I found. Um, and I found this because I went looking. I didn't know these existed until I was reading the Audiocyclopedia and came across the section on test equipment. And they mentioned this device called a gain set or a transmission set. And the point of it is to measure how much gain or loss a device has. And so I'll walk you through the theory of it and then a quick demonstration. But yeah, it's just a really neat idea. What you've got here is a meter, and this one is set to be 0 dB at 10 milliwatts and 500 ohms, which is a bit unusual. Normally, your VU meters are set to be 0 dB at 1 milliwatt, and so in the future, I may be looking to find another meter of the same kind, but a 1 milliwatt 0 dB VU meter. Regardless, for this application, it still works, and that was the neat thing. I got this for not too much on eBay, and opened it up, and these attenuators are super nice. There's an auto transformer in there, two huge dummy load resistors, 25 watt wire wound resistors in there. And this thing is just incredibly well built, and I was really excited that it was still intact. It doesn't match perfectly, but it matches pretty darn close the schematic that I found in the Audiocyclopedia, the first edition, in the test equipment section. But yeah, I'd like to give you a demo of it. But first, a quick sort of overview of the function. The idea is you're going to measure the gain of an amplifier. So I've got this little 5-watt single-ended EL84 amplifier. This is my SOS guitar amp, mic preamp thingy. And we're going to measure the gain of the two channels. And so the way you do that is you get yourself an audio frequency oscillator, and I've got it to set to oscillate at 1K, which is a pretty good test tone. And so the idea is you feed that into the input of the send section of your gain set, which sends that signal through two attenuators. One which is calibrated to 10 decibel steps each click, and the other one set to 1 decibel steps. So this has got 10 decibels total, 10 clicks at 1 decibel apiece, and this has got 100 decibels of gain reduction. And then after it goes, so the VU is able to measure the send level, and after you send it into the amplifier, you pick it up off the speaker output here, send it into the receive terminal, and we've got a switch over here that sets it to 12 ohm or 500 ohm. And so the 12 ohm setting, there's a little ring on that resistor, so you can move it up or down and set it, but it's set for an 8 ohm speaker load, which is exactly what this amp wants to see. And then we have another attenuator for the VU, which I'll start off set to 0 dBs of attenuation. And you're able to, with this switch over here, monitor the difference between the send and receive. And the idea is that you have to attenuate this signal a certain amount going into the input to counteract the gain of the amplifier. And what you want to see is a 0 reading going out, and then after you've attenuated it enough to send the right signal in here to get the same signal out, you've essentially measured the gain. I'm sure I'm not explaining it as well as I could, but I think a demonstration will explain this better than my words could. Yeah, it's such a neat idea. So I've already got this oscillator, like I said, set up for 1K, and it's got its own little attenuator here, which I've got set up to give us our 0 right there, right? And so if we were to flick this switch into the receive mode and measure what we're receiving back in the gain set, so far it's nothing because I have both of these attenuators set down to full attenuation. They're not sending anything out. But we've got a reading, and we've got a steady signal going out of the send. So let's start backing off these attenuators until we start to see that needle pop up. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, that's good. Okay, we're starting to see the needle jump up. So now, let me get a closer view on that. Yes. So as you can see, there's a -10 marking. And as soon as the needle surpasses the -10 marking, I switch over to the other attenuator and start clicking it up 1 dB at a time until you hit 0. And then, essentially what you do is you add up 50 dBs of attenuation and 4 dBs of attenuation, 54 dB, and we're able to make that up with the amplifier before it hits the receive. And that's why we're able to read the same 0 dB reading on the meter for the send and receive. So that's the lower gain of the two input stages, and that's with the volume control at half, just halfway up. Let's back the attenuator back off, right? So let's put it back in receive so we can see what we're getting. So I'm going to back it up, all the way back down to 0. Let's see the maximum gain of that channel. Let's turn it all the way up and start. Let's turn both of these back down to their full attenuation and start clicking our dBs. So yes, now we're at -6 dB, so I'm going to start bringing this up until we hit 0. Now we've got 72 dBs of gain. Pretty neat, huh? So just for kicks, let's measure this amp. That channel has an attenuating network for this second channel. And so we should see less gain on that channel. And sure enough, 32. Not bad, right? And finally, let's check the other channel. This is the one with the EF86. So let's do it like we did the other. Let's start it off half volume control, both attenuators, full attenuation. Our send is still at 0 dB. All right. So we're looking at 65 dBs gain at half volume control. And what is the maximum gain of that channel? Whoa. A lot. 90. Whoa, even more than that. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think that's probably reading some kind of parasitic oscillation. So that channel does not want to be full bore um, without a signal going through it. But yeah, a lot. So that's the idea of the gain set, largely probably made obsolete by, you know, the oscilloscope or, other methods of measuring the gain. But I got to tell you, I think it's super cool. And I think these attenuators are rad. There's a lot of literature in the Audiocyclopedia about using these to measure gain, to measure frequency response. Um, and it seems like a kind of a lost knowledge. I'm sure there's probably some people with old knowledge of audio that are laughing at me right now that think, oh yeah, we all learned how to use these, and then we're so glad when we didn't have to anymore. Um, and that's valid. I do think it's super cool though. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed Gain Set. Check it out if you can find some. You know, if nothing else, it's a rad little piece. And if you need to attenuate something, you've got some attenuators. All right, thanks a bunch.